How do you like this view of Augusta City Hall from a 1908 edition of the Augusta Chronicle? As the 1900s dawned, this is the vision our civic leaders had for the place where government would be conducted. It was also the vision the city wanted to give visitors to our town when they first arrived. That's right, when you left your train at the relatively new Union Station, this is what you would see rising across the way. I think it's pretty impressive. It's certainly a step up from the 1820 City Hall that they've been using for years. And it looked like something out of Atlanta or maybe even Washington, D.C. Consider that sturdy stonework. Look at its dome. Sure, there's a horse and carriage on the broad boulevard, but there's a motor car too. Of course, you've never seen this City Hall. No one has. It was never built. I found a photo of this drawing in our old files dated 1912 with a note scrawled below it. Can't verify. But they were looking in the wrong year. The proposed building dominated a page in the April 12, 1908 edition of the Chronicle. It was the design of architect L.F. Goodrich that had been accepted by then Mayor William Dunbar and the City Hall Commission. Goodrich called the style Ionic. It was to set in the then vacant lot in front of the train station and Telfair Street. So what happened? Well, a lot of things. The pages of the Chronicle quickly filled with complaints about the building's expense. Some suggested Mayor Dunbar, who would not be re-elected, wanted the City Hall as a monument to himself. Most seemed to think it was just too close to the train station and would cram two of the city's larger public buildings into a limited space. That space grew more limited as the federal post office and courthouse started to go up on an adjoining lot. The members of the City Council and the City Hall Commission began to argue. A squabble arose over whether to use brick or stone. Earlier cost estimates grew. The project died. It was replaced with a very simple solution. When the federal government moved out of the old post office at 9th and Green Streets and took up in its new building, today's federal courthouse, the city moved into the empty post office. That's where the Augusta City Council met for the first time, March 5th, 1917, almost 9 years after plans were announced for the City Hall that never was. It cost about $8,300 to convert the former post office to a city hall. The city also sold the old lot it was going to build on for about $45,000. The taxpayers were probably very happy.